And welcome to Hannity. And tonight, President Obama, he refuses to condemn the anti-democratic, alt-radical left protest against President-elect Donald Trump. Now, earlier today, while in Germany, Obama was given the chance to speak out against all of this out-of-control behavior, and instead, this is what he said.
I would not advise people who feel strongly or are concerned about some of the issues that have been raised during the course of the campaign. I wouldn't advise them to be silent.
Well, some are even being violent, pretty unbelievable, but it does fall in line with everything that President Obama stands for. Now, I tried to warn the country and everyone back in 2008 that Obama, well, he was a disciple of the alt-radical left. Remember, he embraces the Saul Alinsky rules for radical tactics. Remember, he palled around with unrepentant domestic terrorists, Bill Ayers, Bernardine Dohrn. He even started his political career in their living room. And they bombed the Pentagon, the Capitol, and New York City Police headquarters. Now, President Obama, remember, he sat in the pews of Reverend Wright for 20 years, the Church of GD America, listening to things like this.
The stuff we have done overseas is now brought right back into our own front yards. America's chickens are coming home to roost. No, no, no. Not God bless America. God damn America. That's in the Bible for killing innocent people. God damn America for treating us citizens as less than human.
Alt-radical left. The president spent 20 years in the Church of GD America. Now, since the president refuses to speak out against these anti-democratic agitators, well, let me remind him about what has been going on in the president's hometown of Chicago. Now, a man was severely beaten by an angry mob after a traffic incident because they thought he was a Trump supporter. Look at this, Mr. President.
Yeah! Yeah, we voted Trump! Yeah! Don't vote Trump! Don't vote Trump! Don't vote Trump!
And Mr. President, did you see this mother in Texas who's now under investigation after kicking her 7-year-old son out of the house? Why? Because he voted for Donald Trump in a mock election at school. Take a look.
Since you voted for Donald Trump, you can get your and get out. The suitcase is packed by the door. Yeah, been packed since this morning. Bye. Everyone, come out here. Let's go. Come on. Take the sign. Bye. Let's go.
Now, these are just two of many examples. Now, we've also seen continual protests all across the country that have resulted in the destruction of property, unlawful behavior, and arrests. Now, President Obama, don't you think you should follow in the footsteps of your predecessor? Remember President George W. Bush? He stayed out of the political arena, and he let you, his successor, do your job. President Bush, he never responded to President Obama's relentless blaming and name-calling. Instead, President Bush, he actually did take the high road, as you have often taken the low road, like the Democrats claim that you always do. Take a look. I could sit here all day and try and get you to comment on President Obama, and I'm not going to get anywhere.
Correct.
Because I've known you. I know you very well.
Yes, you do.
Why did you make that decision? Because I'm sure you have a lot to say. We talked politics before we came in. You were very engaged in
Yes.
what's going on.
I'm very aware of what's going on. I don't think it's good for the country to have a former president undermine a current president. I think it's bad for the presidency, for that matter.
I know the hair looks awful. Now, but why do I suspect President Obama will never show the same amount of grace and respect when it comes to Donald Trump and his presidency? Here's my prediction, today and now. President Obama will not be able to contain himself, and he will go after Mr. Trump every single chance he gets once Obama is out of office. And here's another thing. After Donald Trump's sweeping victory, President Obama, he's been in complete and utter denial that the election had anything to do with him or his failed policies. Now, the facts, they say otherwise. Now, since 2009, under President Obama, well, let's see, the Democrats have lost 13 U.S. Senate seats, meaning from blue to red. 64 U.S. House seats, blue to red. 13 governorships, blue to red. And get this, 33 state houses. Wow, what a legacy. Our next president, Donald Trump, has been handed a huge mess. This is almost beyond repair.